Alright folks, good morning. For all of our incoming hearlings. Yesterday, sorry about that, Comcast tends to be Comcast. And often stream ends. Not when I say so, but when Comcast does. But we are in luck today. Because while we have gym this afternoon, which would typically mean ending a bit earlier, actually have to wait for someone to pick up his testosterone prescription, so we have enough time for a full-on day of lights going out. Where had we left off last night, before Comcast did its Comcasty thing? Promise not to raid the fire flowers. Appears to be my biggest mistake right now. Because the fire flowers, they hinted at the fire flowers starting to work against us way early on in the game. But they were tiny, and they were pathetic, so I had not cared at all. But now they're trying to build up their own authority against me. What season is it? Late fire. And we have 17 swords and 10 absent. What did we leave off on? Nobody's out on exploration. And there are so many holes, I'm starting to get worried about that. Food low. Oh, we have enough for one season, but it's harvest next time anyway. I've been sending too many caravans out, trading food, when we're not exactly in surplus yet. Can we support an additional caravan? Can't really support any more trade routes than right now. But who's left to visit? It looks like we have sent a caravan to everyone except for the wheels. So 4 more caravans, and we'll probably be able to do one additional final trade route. Clan is optimistic. 344 commoners, only 6 sick. I have a plan for this Oath of Peace thing. Rada is out right now, and I forget why. That's why. Yeah. Because we sent her all the way out to this new opening to the God's War. Okay. I have an idea. I have a cunning plan. Let's first get more warriors in. Play defensive-like to keep the fire flowers away in the fire season. Wandering cultists of the cat god Yinkin visit Baronstead. They mention that Karena's fame has spread far beyond your clan territory. Much of the valley regards her with esteem due to her success against the undead. That she called upon us. Toast Karena for bringing glory to Baronstead. Toast the cat cultist, our honored guest, for bringing useful news. Karena's accomplishments are what they are, but Dresta is a chieftain. Make no fuss one way or the other. Dresta herself says the cat worshippers have been our friends since Redalda gave Barrett an A-Lynx kitten. It's good that nothing more important than this has happened lately. Yinkin rules a thick forest on the way to Orlonstead. I do not seek personal fame, but act for the good of the clan. So Chieftain and the hero in question are saying toast to cultists for bringing us good tidings. Karena is famous? Do I get a drink too? Okay, we'll toast the cat cultists. We will tell others of Baronstead's kindness, they replied. Cool. We rewarded the good news with generosity of our own, and that builds up a reputation. And now that it's harvest time, we could afford to send people off. I'm going to play some diplomacy here. Send you to the fire flowers. They strive against us but pay us tribute. Vorana, an Osada warrior of the Jade Cult clan, has slain Valhupla's head taker. Lucky! She paralyzed 2 of its arms with flaming arrows and rode in to lop off the other 2. Her heroic action pushed back the forces of chaos, winning admiration throughout the valley. Her clan is friendly with ours, so it's easy to celebrate her feat. Oh good, she's arrived. Because it's been a while, I was worried that Reda was going to die before arriving here. Can ride with my goddess Redalda. Reda finds a rift leading into the hero plane. Once in that plane, time ceases to exist. Senses heighten and blur. Disorientation reigns. Struggling to move through a frantic terrain of hues, clamor, and divinity, Reda makes out a forking path. To the left she senses the presence of one god, to the right, another. Which does Reda head toward? It has to be Redalda. Reda, coming for Redalda, first queen of Baronstead. The sound of hoofbeats led to Redalda, first queen of Baronstead. What's important is not the words, but the feeling behind them. On the other side of the rift between realms lies a divine reflection of your own lands. It is before Baron built the walls and citadel. His rider relatives and the Orlanthi nobles Redalda brought into the clan have fallen to rancor. Each argues that their traditions and privileges must take precedence. Redalda addresses them, seeking harmony. "We are your descendants," says Reda. What argument does she make to aid your founding goddess? The words aren't important, but the feelings are. Baronstead becomes a beacon to the valley if you let it. Each bloodline must open itself to the traditions of the other. Excessive certitude stops us from truly seeing. Petty concern shackle greatness. I'm leaning toward 2 and 3. Each bloodline must take on the other. And being too certain stops us from really seeing what is. We're gonna go with the bloodline. They must open up to each other. The contending nobles had to agree that if Orlanth and Elmal could ignore old grudges and ally themselves, they could do the same. Redalda beamed, and was about to gift us what a dread force pulled Reda and company deeper into the other side. Against chaos, obvious choice is Urox. Obviously Urox. No longer sure if they are in the divine realm or the mortal world. The questers find their path blocked by Porchogno, the god of primal chaos. The god manifests as a all-devouring caustic goop it generates. It oozes towards them. What does Reda choose to do? Flame of Elmal, burn it? Scourge it with the hot wind of Urox? Sear it my own hope? Undo it with a new understanding. I'm gonna go with Reda's understanding of Urox. The questers bellowed, and their lungs became bellows, breathing blistering air at first chaos. The creature screamed, blackened and diminished in size. We left it to contemplate the cost of defying a clan that was strong with Stormbull. That woman's got a grub for a head. It's kind of like the larval form of that one nurse from Ancient Magus Bride. Terrible moans draw Raid and company to the presence of Malia, the chaotic disease goddess. Suffering people lay at her feet. "Oh, she says, more to absorb my sickness, more to spread my contagion, what does Raida do? She knows it would be futile to tempt us, so don't take on her temptation. Lay her low with the power of Chalana Arroy, set a snare for her, smash her with the fury of Stormbull." Now she's not Chaos herself though, so would Stormbull matter so much? Sickness has to be countered with health. Malia shrank back. Though she had sickened, were freed from her spell. The questers left the goddess, weeping in frustration, as they continued through the other realm. Remember this, smug asshole. I have spoken well to his people, I can speak well to him. I'll trust you, Raida. Your diplomacy knows no bounds. Check something real quick. Bitrate still good. Face still all fuzzy, but my straight razor is out on delivery now. Just gotta make all its way through Arizona, the border, California, all the way up the length of California. So maybe by midpoint next week I'll be able to shave again. As Raida's questers continue through the God's War, their path is barred by some Null, chariot god of the cart-driving wheels. Greetings, wayward half-followers of the half-path. My worshippers tell me that you fare poorly of late. Baronstead is but a shadow of its old glory. Might I suggest you do what you should have all along and bind your horses to chariots? It is folly that even your kings and nobles will place their backsides upon these beasts. Grant us passage, your worshippers will pay. Punish his effrontery with swords. Reward his words with gifts. Your half-path is our full path. She wants to play the diplomat. That is her strength. I will let her. Pretending that the wheel god's advice did not rankle was the hardest thing Red had ever done. And she was certain that she could speak well to him, and this was still a challenge to her. Yet Samnal believed it, and granted us passage. The quester's grueling path through the unstable other realm followed them back to Rodalda. You have done well, she says, and have more than earned a boon. How does Raida reply? More than happy to grant any blessing, but the best will be horses. I like how one is at zebra gum. Prove my skills at diplomacy. She's already fantastic. She's the best there ever was. Diplomacy, treasure. Cattle from Baron's herd. Horses. We have many horses. We got many cattles. Give me that treasure. The request found favor with the goddess. If there is any place capable of protecting the world's treasures as chaos bears down, it is the kingdom I founded with my husband. She gave us a blanket that increased our people's solidarity when we were challenged to deal with the valley's neighbors. She also promised to smile on our emissaries. Good. Okay. Fireflower Settlement. I am going to break the tribute by demanding excess from them. I could just ask to cease tribute. They probably won't be all that grateful if we release them for their obligations, but they'll be hostile if we increase tribute. I'm just gonna cease tribute. And now we have no oath of protection on them, and could raid them at our leisure. 2 seasons worth of food in the late. Let's call on our spirits. She's still doing. Let's get Barry in here. Radalda's blanket and mood plus. While on an assignment, on a self-assigned exploration, Kirena finds pieces of a golden pole or staff. Soon afterwards, emissaries of the Varnrush clan approach you, offering 50 cows for it. They identify the item as the Axle of Samnal, part of the royal regalia of the Old Wheel Kingdom. Several clans claim the right to the chariot throne. Destroying would harm wheel magic, but that's a short-term thing, it'll always come back. Another clan might not be able to give us that many cows right away. Useless treasure for 50 cows. Samnal, the cruel chariot god, captured and chained the first horse. Pulled a fast one. See how pathetic it is to grub for regalia. The thing is, Varnrush don't like me so much. Profaners of the dead, and they have constantly been falling victim to chaos of their own invitation. Nar Onan, adherents to tradition, they pay us tribute. Lo Adrish, extraordinarily rude, they pay us tribute and know us a favor. Kurander, unusual beadwork, they pay us tribute. Char Orisa, known for their caution, king of the wheels. And they do not pay us tribute. Maybe I'll give it to one who already pays us tribute. Known for unusual beadwork, is the least offensive of these ones. We'll give it to Kurander. Von Rashi did not like that at all. They said they can give you 30 cows now, and the rest over a 2-year period. Do I agree to 30 cows, and then 20 more over 2 years? Nah. Oh wait, no, that's the guys that I was offering. Oh well, I'm gonna keep it. We asked the sages what it did, and they said it probably conferred some benefit involving wheels somehow. So it meant the Varnrashi did not like that I offered it to someone else, and the guys I was offering to offered 30 now, and 20 over 2 years. Oh well. I got a treasure. We could trade it with them. For sick only. And currently, Chalana Oroy is curing sickness. Good. And our clan is optimistic. People generally like us, except for a few. Two seasons worth of food. I should stop trading around. Convert pastures to fields. Reports and traders say the Varnrush clan considers themselves to be feuding with us and will strike soon. And the Weeders have delivered the dried fish they promised to us in exchange for getting them out of trouble last year. Excellent. Three seasons worth of food now. Well, here's the thing though. Varnrush? They owe us tribute, don't they? They pay us tribute. They're feuding with us, but they fear us. So, if they attack, they're simply opening themselves up to our retaliation. Can sacrifice to Yurmul but not build. I can bless our clan or curse another. And not enough worshippers for more shrines. Just checking. Do we still have We still have Fleetfoot Blessing. Okay. In this dark time. Venture still possible. Converting fields to pastures. We could repair Baronstead. Let's do that. Better yet, we'll do that next dark season. For now, I want to get combat training in. Back from our journey to the God's War, our holy folk have already dreamt of our success there, and told you of the reward we garnered. Sweet. Kirana informs the ring that 4 of your young people seek to become Humakti warriors. Accordingly, she seeks permission to initiate them into the Death Dealer cult. Rada reminds you that Humak devotees may not wed. Arranging marriages is one of our last ways of establishing trust with other clans. I say it's fine. We got a population of what, 344 and loads of kids? 4 devotees won't be the worst thing. When Humak took up the sword that was death, all life within his loins died. Redalda made us who we are today by working so hard to achieve marriage with Baron. It's only 4 weddings. Train them, then send them to kill the wheels. They wish to become death. I need not restate my case, allow it. Let them do as they wish, allow it. Nothing to add. People trusted in the ring and would wait to see how it all turned out. Yeah, see, so many. 333 kids, that's lots of investment to the future. 358 total commoners, it's fine. Clan mood is only contented. What happened to my optimism? Literally optimism gone. Okay, what we're going to do now is, now that we have 29 warriors, combat training, and a neighbor that isn't paying us tribute. Hillfort slightly damaged. Next year, I promise. Fireflower. They strive against us. I will send 17 swords and 95 bows. No allies necessary. We have 5 magic. Let's take them on. Let's take them all on. The Fireflowers did not spot us in time. 17 swords and 95 bows against 7 swords and 57. Their force is weaker, but anything could happen. The Fireflower Chief is daring in battle. Tiger Tooth of Forosan helps us when we bring it on a raid. The 4 Kingdom Treasures. Okay. We'll take advantage of the Tiger Tooth of Forosan. And simply charge at them. Give them no time to maneuver or cast any magics. Charge despite their war whoops, though some warriors seem nervous. Press the attack. They fought with berserk frenzy, but did them little good. We gained the upper hand. And press even further. 0 casualties, 4 kill, 3 wounded, 18 kill, 39 wounded. This is what happens when they dare to conspire against us. 25 cows, 11 horses, 21 loot. Josadaiva, who he adopted after the demise of the Blackspear clan, distinguished himself in the fighting. Excellent. Our people were pleased to have struck a blow against the Fireflowers responsible for so many of our woes. But they're still discontented. They still strive. Okay. We have food worth 2 seasons. Let's go ahead and send a caravan out to the other wheel clans. Unusual beadwork. We have plenty of goods, plenty of herds. Let's sell some goods for food. And because it's going to be the harvest season or the planting season pretty soon, we'll send 10 swords. 15 swords for her protection. Ancestor worship for a good magic, looks pretty young. Ashart, shaman, magic renowned. Okay, we'll send Hendel. Other clans say that we have embraced death over life, inwardness over engagement. This must be because we are now training so many youth as unmanageable death cultists. Only 4? 4 out of 333. Raided by the fire flowers, 13 swords and 12 bows. Wait, 112 bows against 117 of them. Kill as many as possible, and we'll spare 1 magic. 13 and 13 against 104 and 112. Charge at him! Ran through a storm of arrows and smashed into him. Seize opportunity for vengeance. Seize an opportunity. The last time you and the Fireflowers fought, they killed Varna. Did they? I didn't see any kills. Her kin spot the warrior who was responsible. What do they do? Let Karana know. Karana directed our archers at the Fireflower warrior. His last sight was Urbana's kin cheering as he fell. Fight fierce. They've lost all their elite actual warriors now. Their risky push might have succeeded had we not fought so fiercely. We gained the upper hand. Karana said that nothing was certain, but our fighting skills was probably better than theirs. Berserk, hold ground, take risks. Hold the ground then. Just held strongly and it was over. 6 bows killed. But we slaughtered 3 of their swords, more wounded. 33 farmers killed. Blanket and Mood Plus. Rada announces that Radalda came to her in a dream and told her she might be able to convince Zavarn Rashi to end their feud against us. This trek would take her onto the partial path, a route connecting places where the gods' realm and ours are one and the same. Rada does not mention the considerable risk of such a journey. She has to do this right at the end of the year, when it's going to take her off the ring and impact our magic for the coming year. Sacrifice to the goddess, and agree. As wheels, the accursed Varn Rashi are unlikely to listen to a devotee of Radalda, or a woman. Clans must come together for the fight against chaos, so sacrifice or give her magic. Because we elevated Rada to the ring, our chants are more likely to reach Radalda. Writing to other clans keeps the world woven together. When the goddess calls, I answer. Fulfilling a divine mission will grant us more than peace with one obstreperous clan. We'll sacrifice. 15 whole herds. And 5 votive offerings. For the pounding of hooves, the goddess will ride with her. Okay, was it an escort of 10? And 15 bows. And our merchants are going to come back pretty soon, so we'll get those other swords we sent off with them. Mood plus. Old age finally carried Iverlantho away. People sincerely mourned their king. He had not been a perfect man, but he was of the line of Baron and Redalda. You could see his boots and his horse on the pyre. The clan mourns the death of King Iverlantho. His body is burned, sending his spirit to light the dark clouds, in keeping with the funeral rite first used when Baron died. His son succeeds him as king, according to the laws laid down by Vinkot. Venef is not yet of age, so he will not be eligible to serve as chieftain for another 3 years. Like any event involving the crown, the death of the sometimes querulous king brings back long-running factional disputes. The royalists want to revive true kingship, the so-called realists considered unachievable at these terrible times. In favor of realism of true kingship, find someone to discreetly kill Venef, and the tribe falls apart. I think harmony is what I want to do. If the Baron bloodline ends, the walls of the fortress that bear his name will crumble. Having severed all family ties, Karena could discreetly deal with Venef without fear of kin strife. Pelakara isn't just talking out loud, she is hoping we take that answer. Her allegiance is very clear. If the royal bloodline dies out, it's over for us. His words were a sword. Today we mourn a king. He's already arguing with the ancestors. I like her. Seek harmony. In our grief, we found a new unity. We still disagreed, but within the bounds of common purpose. You see, so this is it then. We haven't found any piece of the royal regalias, so kingship isn't going to happen. But I still want the tribe to protect each other. Caravan's back. 20 cows for less than 2 weeks of food. Mood plus. Okay, so he's not going to be gone for too long then. Rhaeda arrives at the planned lands of the Varn Rashi. Normally, one can expect to be greeted with missile fire when approaching a feuding clan. How does Rhaeda attempt to earn their ears and not their arrows? Their chief is known for daring deeds and generosity. So his daring or his generosity? The Varn Rashi lower their bows and bade Rhaeda to approach. Indeed, said their chieftain, times like this call for my daring, of which my musicians sing. The Varn Rashi told Rhaeda that an old foe of theirs would soon return to the lands. The Twisted Ones follow the Chaos God Tiram Sky Eater. We have tried to prepare for their coming, but unexpected misfortune have drained our magic. If you can turn them away, we will forget we ever had cause to feud with Baronstead. Rhaeda did not know how she would stop this enemy, but realized the answer must lie on the partial path. I will ride and find victory for us both, she said. We have strength of arms. We could just fight them off together. With her escort, she rode deeper into the world towards the partial path. We waited for word of her journey, so she's gonna be gone for a while. Yeah, she's gone. 27 babies, 18 adults, no more people than last time, 60 more cattle, 21 fewer horses. I'm gonna count all the horses that went off with her. 34 people among us. Only 79 cows worth of goods. This was a bad year for trade. If we had more sworn spirits a year from today, we could drum up more magic. Field, pastures, wilds. Craft, war. And diplomacy magic. Orlok must not be dead because the lingering magic in his shrine has given us a war magic for the coming year. It's a sign that he's returning. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe that's why you want to maintain big expensive temples throughout the game, because when they come back, they'll come back in force. $367 commoners, so slowly growing. Or at least maintaining. Okay, divine indifference. Because Harmast sighted our Oron shrine. Thanks, Harmast! Diplomacy magic bonus, war magic bonus. Food low, we've only got one season. Ouch. We are gonna be hungry in the fire season. Cheese is still ongoing. Okay, first, let's send out more caravans so that our caravaneers can come back before the fire season starts. We haven't summoned to Varn Rash yet. Sell herds for food. And what is going on here? In response to a late-night debate, your Lord Speakers have begun to investigate the question of the lost royal regalia. The Horn of Vinkat, the Mantle of Redalda, and the Crown of Baron were taken to battle to aid King Vinglant. When he died fighting the Shapeshifter army, these treasures were lost. Studying the carving made to commemorate the Woeful False King's massacre, they believe they have estimated its location somewhere to the east. This would be a good first place to look for the lost regalia pieces. I can remain open to the possibility of an exploration mission. Half the clan wants the regalia, the other half doesn't. The False King's massacre instilled such terror that storytellers do not wish to speak of it. Chaos took the horn, we must reverse that. Promises made to be broken. Hunting the regalia will only bring us misfortune. We remain open to the possibility. Mood down. Royalists said that the ring was not only refusing to act, but too cowardly to come out and say so. Drestus said it was risky to disappoint the Royalists, who enjoyed a clear majority in the clan. How's the mood? Content still, at least? Okay, Barry, help us out here. Okay. 2 seasons of food to last us through. Now, we only have 9 warriors available. Because so many are out. We'll gather a few more. caravan back from Lower Rishi. Please receive our first caravan. Destructive goats attack your pastures, damaging them. I just fixed my pastures! Jarwa lore. A visiting Oroxy informs the ring that the goats were sent as a way to weaken Stormbull. As you probably know, Orox's goat-headed brother still has worshippers. They are trying to work some magic, and so we must counter them with ceremony of our own. Us wandering Oroxy will be performing our own rituals with axes and swords. But Baronstead is a target, so it must also respond. He explains that we must send someone as to a representative of each goat-herding people, and ritually denounce goats to them. This may be magical attack, but it has damaged the meadows. Send me to insult the wheels, to insult their ghosts, the goats. Emissary to riders or wheels. Emissary to the Urgashites in the far northeast. Jarwalor isn't asking us to make an expensive sacrifice at least. Are we sure it's not the fire flowers that attack them next, I promise. Send me and the Urgashites will wish I hadn't started this. To support Jarwalor's ritual, we'll have to denounce goats at least 4 times. Okay. Petakara, you want to go to the Urgashites? She's got good combat. Renowned bargaining. Renowned combat, Jonric. Bargaining very good, diplomacy good. I'll send 5 and 15. And they're gonna be gone for a while. Still need to send someone to a wheel and rider clan to denounce their goats. And then -3 swords again. I want to attack the fire flowers again. Let me attack the fire flowers. Ghouls, corpses animated by hungry spirits, swarm into your wildlands, demanding that you lead them to your graveyard. We hunger, they scream, with a howl that wounds all who hear it. Before retreating, your warriors try to tell them that your clan cremates its dead. This does not cause them to relent. 3 defenders have been left wounded by their skull-piercing shrieks. Ghoul-haunted wildlands would oppress hunting and foraging. That's our food issue. Sending ghouls against the rival underhanded, so let's do it. We could just kill them. My presence on the ring increases the chance of a successful Humak rite. Say goodbye to hunting if they linger. When we became Orlanthi, we kept the funeral pile tradition handed down to us by Elmal. Other Orlanthi clans started cremating the men, but women returned to the earth. I have fashioned a drum that allows us to communicate with them. We're not gonna externalize a problem. Humat! Our death cultists performed the 7 sword passes against ghouls. Humak beheld this, and cast a cross shadow that drove the creatures from our lands. Okay, now that it's late fire, we have 13 swords and 15 absent. Alright, we can do this. We'll send 8 and call upon an ally. For harboring outlaws, let's put those outlaws to use. Hate +1. Avoided Fireflower patrols. 8 swords and 95 bows against only 5 swords and 49 bows. We don't even need the Tiger Tooth of Photosan for this. Charge into him. The fire flowers tried to retreat, but we pursued relentlessly. Press the attack. And press some more. Only one wounded. 29 cows, 10 horses, 14 loot. A treasure, Elmal's torch. And hello, Rada. Having wandered the partial path for a long time, encounters Jade Demon Warriors from another place in time. Rada asks them, "Do you know how to defeat the Twisted Ones?" They reply, "We know how to kill everyone, but what will you offer in return?" They hail from far distant lands of Alkoth, and not from this present day. Drink of my martial prowess, drink of my vitality. You may eat my clan's cattle. You may strike me with the sword. I don't want to wound her. Her combat is excellent, but isn't her main strength. We have plenty of cattle. So I say you may eat my clan's cattle. Only 15 cows. That's it. That's nothing. To the consternation of the people back home, 15 of our cows are transmitted to the partial path, where the demon men feasted upon them. With beef bloody lips, between famished bites, they told her the killing word, which would take the Twisted Ones apart. Rada waved farewell to the feasting warriors, riding back onto the partial path. Can she come home soon? And then raided by the Fodor Silvuli. 159 of them. Surroundings warned us. 13 swords and 109 bows meet them. I'm going to devote our magics to this. 2 magics to drive them off. 1 magic to drive them off. We outnumber them on swords, and we still have... We got the blessing that gives double strength for our swords, and we do have combat trading set at effect. They only outnumber us on bows. Skirmish. Oh, they put some in reserve. Skirmish again. Rush before it loose more than a few volleys. Let Karena have her day. Karena feels a might of Humocht filling her, where the chance for personal heroism presents itself. As many Fodor Silvuli as possible, where the enemy is the strongest, take out their leader. Concentrate on leading. Take out as many as possible. Okay, they got reserves still, but significantly less bows. And we still have the advantage on swords. Kara charged into a massive Fodor Silvuli, and her thirsty sword wrought havoc. Her mount struck as well. The Fodor Silvuli gave ground in panic. Okay, fight fierce. They fought fierce, but not as fiercely as us. Victory seemed close. Hold the ground. Alright. We only got 10 casualties. 4 wounded regular, or 4 killed regulars, 6 wounded. And I think we only opted to push them off, not kill as many as possible, which is fine. We haven't got any beef with them. But I'm sure they got beef with us because when people said we were weak for not raiding in a while, the least politically disadvantageous option was to raid down below against them. But it's fine now, because we can bully Fire Flowers now that we cancelled their tribute agreement. And how's our food situation? 1 season, but it's only start of Earth. Oh right, more Spirit's Omen. We'll bargain with Barry now to bolster our food a little bit more. And then start looking for more spirits. All these move downs is gonna kill my clan's my clan's harmony soon enough. A vast jelly-like monster with ropey tentacles bubbles up from nowhere to infest the palace. It grabs Asborn, a young attendant to the king, dragging him away. The thing melts from sight as quickly as it appeared, leaving a faint trail that will take skilled hunters to follow. Lore keepers identify it as a gorp, a pure chaos-given bodily substance. Substance of a kind, at any rate. Send hunters to rescue the boy. Uraxi would expect something in exchange. We have cows and good, no big deal. Sneaking is my forte. Chaos brings more chaos if not put down. We haven't just got to rescue the boy. If we kill the thing, we might rescue the boy still. The Gorp was a form Chaos took when it first entered the world. It didn't really leave a slime trail on the palace steps, so we might not be able to find it. Okay. Hunters to rescue the boy, or to track it down and destroy it. It feels like rescuing the boy has to be an active choice. We're gonna rescue the boy. There's chaos all over. We can't do one Gorp if it comes down to the possible option of either kill the Gorp or rescue the boy. The two might intersect. We gotta bring him back. Do I send the hunter? Combat is only good. But he does worship Dostal, so that might bring some advantage here. It's sending hunters, so the hunters are already going to be doing the tracking. Karena's heroic combat might be important when things actually go down. I'm gonna send him. Best of luck, Rangor, don't die. I need a hunter on the ring. And it's harvest time, so I could afford everybody. As far as the swords go. Now neither the attendant nor the monster. And that was with sending a hunter. Well, late Earth now. Glad mood's somehow optimistic. When we gain mood, it goes from optimistic to content. When we lose it, it goes from content to optimistic. Maybe I'm misinterpreting optimism then. Past your stress right now. We'll deal with more stuff in the dark time. For now. Easier to find spirits outside any clan area. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't do this right now, since... Dark season's gonna be coming up pretty soon. Trying to get a feel for whose boundaries are where, so this is pretty safe. Over here is pretty safe too. As is this area. Tenostere, who are you? Shaman, renowned magic? Okay. Jorik and his expedition have reached the other side of the northern mountains, whose inhabitants greet them. Valley folk call them Urgashites, but they refer to themselves as Zarkosites, after the founding ancestor. They worship a lion and also a goat goddess, Uriarda, who your Rider ancestors venerated. Denounce the goats on behalf of Urox the Storm Bull is the entire point of this venture. Came all this way to give a speech. Mood minus, sword minus, population minus. Before Jonrik finished describing how Ragnalar had corrupted all goats, the angry goat worshippers grabbed their spears and attacked. Jonrik fought them off but escaped, losing 4 explorers. Okay, still dark time. Let me see if we haven't got better or fresher candidates, because some of our guys are getting up there. 52 is still pretty up there, but not so much as 61. Combat, Karen is still amazing. Diplomacy-wise, nobody beats Rada. Food, we are very good on. Heroic, Renowned, but both of you are getting old. Renowned food, only 42, and Nia. Leadership. Leadership, we are getting up in years. Coral Most, age 17. Worshipper of Lankor Me. That is new. And magic, we got our shamans, we got our shamans, we got our shamans. We got Yurmal. So if we want to put a Lankor Me guy in, we could replace our ancestor worshipper with the Lankor Me person, because I like having a Yurmal on the ring. Need a combat person, need a food person, need an Izaris person, a diplomacy person. And Dresta filling in for leadership and for magic. 2 ancestors, very good magic. 1 Dostal person, 1 Yurmal person. Couple of Humoct options. Izaris, we got a nice spread. Lankor Me, just the 1, but 17. So is Lor's only going to get better in time. 1 Rodalda, then Shaman, Shaman, Shaman. Okay. Let's start those repairs now. Might take as long as a year if they succeed at all. Back from searching north. A Sakar Spirit. So we did get 1. That's the entire point, that if I get the 1 spirit, then that fulfills the obligation of getting more spirits by this time next year. Delegation of Char Orisa clan arrives to call it a favor you owe them. We understand that the Jade Cults owe you a favor. We request that you secure the return of an idol they looted from our shrine to Samnal. The Jade Cults do owe us a favor. And I prefer spending my favors, or paying back my favors ASAP. I want people to owe me, but I don't want to owe them. Unless they specify otherwise, only a successful result will cancel our debt. Any wheels would try to wriggle out of an honest debt. Wheels called Dostal, Elmal's servant. So both of you saying discharge a favor some other way. Petty disputes would not distract us when chaos roams the land. Favors worth 20 cows. And wheels treat women as lesser beings, so the women on the ring definitely don't want to help them out. We'll point out for the time being, they won't receive this request favorably. Though hostile to us, our chieftain should be cooperative with you. Will they take 20 cows? They accepted our alternate offer. Cool. So no more favor with them. And I still have so many herds that it doesn't even matter. Okay. Goods are good. Food. We got some pasture stress, we got plenty of food. Craft stress because fixing the outer walls. Axel of Samnal, what do you do? Might do something involving wheels, maybe. Borrowed Beard, Exploring Magic when we value fresh insight. Elmal's Torch. Age actions undertaken by Elmal's devotees. I got so many treasures I have to scroll up and down now. Okay, this dark season, let's go ahead. There's pasture stress, but I can't fix the pastures or change the pastures. So... that means combat training. Now that is some fancy contortionism. When they said twisted ones, they really meant twisted ones. Rhaeda and her companions return for the partial path to Varnrash territory, where, as predicted, they encounter the strange chaos cultist known as Twisted Ones. She speaks a killing word which slices through them. But then the toughest members of the disarrayed forces rally. They encircle Rhaeda, cutting her off from the others. As they rush to relieve her, whose name does the escort shout in battle cry? I might lose Rhaeda if I get this wrong, and she is like the most valuable person on the ring right now. Whose name does the escort shout as they rescue her? Baron, the Shining First King, Radalda's husband to her rescue, Elmal the Loyal Shield, Humok the Slayer, Orlant the fallen king of the Storm Tribe, Ulrox the Chaos Smiter. There's a bit of romance in invoking Baron to rescue Radalda's servant, right? Humok slays, but does not save. Many Twisted Ones might fall, but will they fall in time to save her? But Ulrox is objectively anti-chaos. He might blow them away. I'm a romantic. I'm a softie. They're gonna shout the name of Baron to rescue Rhaeda. Achievement! Feud Ender! Ended a feud. They failed before the heirs of Baronstead. The Von Rashi ended their feud with us. We agreed that neither would attack the other. Further, they gifted us with ingots and vessels with 30 cows. Words of new friendship rang in Rhaeda's ears as she and her party departed Varnrash territory. Well, the Varnrashi have courted chaos so much, but they seem to have learned their lesson. Maybe I should give them Subnal's Axel. And Rhaeda's still away. United in grief. Oh, right, the king. Dun 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 dun. Alright, I do want to attack the fire flowers a bit more. But instead... let's go ahead and fill out some more of this caravanning. We've only got 2 more wheels to visit to unlock an additional caravan route. Sell goods for food. Back from Dritter to Varnrashi, the feud has ended, satisfying the mission my goddess dreamed to me. Sweet. And then fire flowers. That's why I hadn't sent too many. Only 11 swords and 60 bows in time, though. Kill as many, and spend some magic. They only have the advantage in bows. But we have swords that fight for 2. And we have just finished combat training, so it's fresh in our mind. Charge into him. They sent out a herald to parley. they can parlay with Orlanth and death. They smashed into the fire flowers as they were trying to designate some of their forces in reserve and so couldn't. Fight fierce. And keep pushing. 3 bows killed, but at least we got the warriors out. The 7 wounded will probably back up in time for the fire season, but they'll still feel it. They'll feel that in the harvest time, though. 30 killed and 57 wounded. They're farmers or hunters or foragers. Wretched wanderers appear outside your shelter, hoping you will take them in as guinea pigs, including the children. They number around 30. They belong to the Orlanthi tribe, the Forosovuli, who must be in trouble if refugees are fleeing their lands. You look for the saber-toothed tigers this tribe uses in— oh, they didn't bring their tigers! They brought goats, though. When we're currently on an anti-goat campaign, I had to take them in. And the old king isn't around anymore to say, oh, these guys take in refugees. They're bringing weakness and dissent into the clan. Mood plus. Generosity is a trait of our clan, people agreed. The head of the refugee group, Korstal. Is that you? 28, renowned food. Renowned lore. And worshipper of Lankor Me. I have a 17-year-old that has good lore and worships Lankor Me. Now I have options. It's alright. The local boy will have his day someday, maybe. Soon demonstrated deep knowledge of the world and also a profound understanding of farming and herding. He let his beard grow so he would fit in. Late storm season. I think I want to reorganize the clan to allow for these new guys. Hothkara, you have served very, very well, and I enjoyed having an ancestor worshipper on the ring. But stat-wise, you've already got good food, not really bringing much else except for the ancestor perspective, which we do appreciate. Very good lore, renowned lore. So, Yermal will keep you on to here. Leadership good. Magic renowned, otherwise I'd replace Dresta with him. Similar magic, both worship both shamans, but a bit more life in him. What do we have for leadership right now? No changes here. Very good to good. So leadership isn't our strong point either way. If leadership isn't our strong point either way, we could put Yermal as leader. Skill-wise, there's no difference. We could put the Forosovuli refugee as leader. He knows the law, he knows the lore. His leadership is just as good. He grew his beard out for us. You know, because the leadership is both, it's only a drop from very good to good. That's not a big one. And they are both renowned magic shaman. So I think it is time to retire Dresta, as much as she has helped our clan since the first days that we took over it. And put a fresher shaman in charge. Though what if we had an ancestor worshipper as chieftain? Palakara Silhouette, you better come back before the sacred time. Izuri's wise. 61 to 59 isn't a major difference. And excellent to renown, I'll keep the renown. It's only a 2-year difference, really. 7 years from him, 9 years from her. Excellent bargaining could boost up. So I could swap her out for Hendel. But 61 isn't too major. You do get the rare ones who die in their late 50s and early 60s. But typically she should stay on the ring for a few years longer. So 43, 55, 61, 47, 49, 57, Harmas, but there's no other Yumel. And a whole 28. And she's still gone. 30 more people, thanks entirely to our refugees. Fewer cattle, because traded them out, giving them off to the Jade Demons. But 20 more horses, rich in livestock, many horses. 102 cows worth of goods produced between trade and crafting. Wandering Star has been sighted. Perform more exploration rituals. Trickster gambled with Yermul, lost some of our luck. Only 7 magic this year! We gotta eat. No war magic this year. Oh, Rada's getting... Oh, look at that. She ages well, though. With the line in her face, her horse is slowly becoming a heart. Okay, we've kicked Fireflower butt a lot. We'll just have to make sure that what exploration we do, we won't send off so many as to damage... Because the Fireflowers are going to attack. They'd be silly not to. Have more spirits sworn to help us than we did last year. Other shamans that I conducted a drumming ritual granted the clan more magic. So I could have put one to war, but oh well. And now the caravans... You had to wait till after the sacred time! Vardothing clan has been visited by ghosts of all the cattle and sheep that they have slaughtered over the years. They don't seem to be causing trouble, but they disrupt a number of important ceremonies. Saw a few small goblets of gorp in the wildlands surrounding the fortress. Small enough, able to burn them. Fragments of the bigger one that took our boy from the palace, now growing on their own. Yeah. Scouring for chaos. Feels like something I want done. This year... Still no need to repair the pastures yet. Foreigners are doing okay with. Let's get a permanent fleet hoof for now. So I haven't got to take the time to do a sacrifice. And first thing we'll do. Regalia next to this hole. Heroic combat, very good bargaining. What are my other options? Very good bargaining, very good bargaining. Renowned combat is still good. Good diplomacy. Good every other way, but very good magic. We'll send Jeanric. With 10 of our swords, 15 left at home will be plenty. And 15 bows to go with. That'll still leave us plenty of farmers at home to till the fields. Oh. Why are my kilobytes per second? At 0 though. And of course, with the Twitch dashboard being as it is, it shows a bitrate as very green and stable because the Twitch dashboard is very, very slow. Now it's red, now that I pointed it out. How long has that been all wiggly and skirting 0 kilobytes per second? If it's that low, it's probably going to disconnect. Either I'll have to... Oh, that is ugly. Stream's gonna die. That right there means stream is definitely going to die. Well, where have I put my notepad? Let me make some notes for what we plan to do. Since... either stream is going to die on its own when it skirts 0 kilobytes per second for too long, or to fix this I'll have to go downstairs, unplug the router, plug it back in, then wait anywhere between half an hour to 2 hours for the Comcast provided router to fix itself up. Which is going to be time plenty for me to forget, so... I want to send Jeanric with 10 swords and 15 bows. To Regalia. And then defend at home. Because of fire flowers. And then what other things have been going on? Food will be good. Right. Jeanric to search for Regalia. And then Venture to scour for chaos. And I think... oh, now it's rubber banding. 12,000, 11,000 kilobytes per second when 6,000 is a maximum on Twitch. What is that to know? Is that a server thing, or is that just my Comcast being Comcast? Because there are clouds today. After a hellishly hot summer, there are actually clouds. And as we know, Comcast stinks in every single type of weather. If it's too clear, if it's too hot, if it's too cold, if it's too sunny, if it's too rainy, if it's too cloudy, if there's any kind of wind, weather just does it in. How far behind is this right now? Oh, hey! Oh, hey! It's in the 5,000s, 4,000. That's good. That's a good range. Did it fix itself? Did it unstuck itself, actually? Okay. So I don't have to go downstairs and unplug the router and plug the router back in and wait anywhere between 30 to 120 minutes for the net to pop back up and stabilize afterwards. Okay, we got lucky today. You better stay that way then. Don't you go dipping back down once my back is turned. Okay? Okay? Alright? Get out of here. I don't need these notes after all. So, as planned. And make sure to refresh whatever, so that whatever playback delay, because sometimes a playback delay can be like 7 or 15 minutes if the Comcast has gone on long enough. First step is the search for regalia. We'll send Jean-Ric. $10 and $15 to explore. And confronted by bandits already. Kill them all. And nothing else happening. Alright, 15 warriors will hold on to for our defense. And now to scour for chaos. Since one Galop had dragged a boy away. And now bits of Galop are spotted around places. Hand-picked warriors means that at the start of the season, I have no warriors. Bandit priest of the chaotic disease god Malia appeared at your gate to demand tribute worth 20 cows. If you don't comply, they'll afflict your people with disease. Many will die. Even those who survive will be unable to work. And don't think about killing us, the priests say. We are blessed by Malia, and she will punish you 100-fold if you spill a drop of our blood. The obvious answer, of course, is refuse and then call in Chalana or Roy, so I wouldn't die. Once we deal with these troublemakers, we can ask the healing spirit for its help. We do have the healing spirit. Fertile Malia gave in to her captors, joining the unholy trio. They can back up their threats, give them what they want, kill them myself. We can use them against our enemies. Paying tribute will strengthen both chaos and banditry. We're gonna refuse, then do a sacrifice to Chalana Arroy. And if things get bad anyway, we got Spirit Guy. The goddess shielded us against disease. Your Amalia's too weak. I've only got 5 warriors. That is no good. Insufficient warriors. Who's our new spirit? Sakkar. To overcome our own fear. We'll need Curdling back, we'll need Berry back. But for now we're okay. And Scouring Wind. We'll reactivate Cheese and Scouring Wind after we get more warriors in for the defense. Give them everything they want. 1 qualified warrior? Only? A decade has passed. The moment when your solar priests present your clan's saga to steadfast Elmal has come again. In such dire times, survival is victory. I have heard your deeds and declare them more than commendable. Under ever-increasing pressure you endure, the world needs Bernstead if it is to resist Vakbof's inevitable assault. You have won my respect and my reward. And a reward, what boon do you seek? Protection, dislike, loss of respect, herd loss. For 10 years, Elmal would replace all the cows who lose to predators, raids of misfortune. Horses for martial advantage. Everyone knows us as a horse tribe. Alright, let's go horses. Elmal granted this. Of course, when we give away or trade a horse, ride them away on mission, or offer them a sacrifice, Elmal will not treat that as a loss, for in those cases, we get something in return. Nor will he replace horses that starve due to overgrazing. And then attacked by chaos, when we've only got 5 swords at home. Most are scorpion men, some bruise and octopus. 3 swords and 60 bows. Willing to lead. Alright, Humocht, Death Dealer, go for it. Karena called on Humocht to bless our warriors, led them out in good order, slicing the first rank of scorpion men. Foe pushed back, furious battle joined. New foe broke from the pack of chaos to scuttle at Karena, a scorpion queen. Like all of her kind, had a human torso, and the body of a gigantic scorpion. Complete with twitching poison stinger, poised to strike. Impale the thorax. A simple blow, aimed with fortitude was all it took. Karena drove her sword deep and true. The Scorpion Queen's death sent a wave of mewling fear to the chaos spawn. We pushed back our disoriented foes. This heralded their defeat. Soon their survivors are fleeing the field, none of the Scorpion men able to take control. Let me make sure that the bitrate hasn't betrayed me. Okay. It's still good. Six of our warriors had died, and 8 hurt. Five swords only, still. At least get me double digits. At least nobody's attacking. Priestesses who follow the memory of Arnalda, the dead goddess of the earth, make a terrible discovery in the Citadel's granary. The grain in many of the clay vessels, protected by her blessings, has nonetheless made a sound like fingernails on slate, leaving putrefied slime. Your hungry people moan in despair. Food stockpile for 1 season. Remnant magic from Arnalda Temple to restore the grain. When Arnalda died, Elmal found seeds she left behind. Put these in all her temples. We did keep Arnalda's temple as a temple. We downgraded Isari's and Orlanth. But Arnalda remains as a full structure. Relief is just around the bend. Assure people this is only temporary. Prefer solid chaos, the kind we can kill. No one wants to endure. Don't feed false hope. The spirit guy, the shaman with renowned magic, isn't saying seek the aid of spirits. But we have the Arnalda Temple. Food plus, mood plus. The dormant seed of Ronaldo still resident in her temple, briefly flowered. It restored the spoiled grain and cleansed the contaminated containers. In fact, when we looked, there was more good grain than before. Worth holding on to those old values. 20 whole absent. I think it's only going to say 111. Because it's counting all the absents for the total of 26, and 26 is plenty. But we have one exploring all the way out here, who better come home soon. And the others are scouring for chaos. So let's get cheese. Improve yield of herds. Workers managed to repair some damage to the outer walls. Remaining damage still. For El Civoli, refugees adopted are fitting in. Jeanric and our explorers found the supposed site of the False King's massacre. They spotted the remains of a trade delegation and a wagon containing barrels of bezel seeds, but no evidence of any of Vingla's lost regalia. But he's not dead at least, he's gotta come home. Anti-chaos. Commoners in my clan have downed a deer and eaten it all, and stole several jars of pickled food again. 6 squanderers, Karena's family, but she's cut off ties. She's not going to mind. Severed ties with my family with Swartfield to Humocht. Banish them as outlaws. Same as last time. Clan leaders outlawed them. The people were shocked by the ring's severity. We got it though, they were stealing from us, from their own people. All the way down to reserve now. Only 3 seasons worth of food after the harvest. We got some swords back. And they found stuff out here, so... as soon as they return. Or are they back already? Because that's filled out. Yeah, he is back. Alright. Then, since there's no exploration going on right now, we'll switch on over to understanding foreigners again. We've ordered him scour for chaos this year. Wait for combat training to expire, then re-up it. So who else could we call upon right now? One-on-one fights. Not in the dark season. Disputes from souring clan mood. Okay, law. Help us out here. And then combat training. Rada spent several seasons searching for signs of chaos. Well, I sent Rada out. All of a sudden, the hairs at the back of her neck rose. Rode at a boggy patch. Small brown snake with 4 heads tried to hide in some dead leaves, but Rada chopped it in 2. Just in time for this giant thing that eats my magic, all my remaining magic. A bizarre event brings violent mayhem to your busy Citadel hall. A hole opens in the world, disgorging a glowing warrior, battling a blue dragon. The warrior's tattoos identify him as a devotee of your dead chief god Orlok. With no time to consult the ring, Karena leads all warriors on hand to battle the dragon. Guessing what the council would demand based on their past decisions, she expends clan magic to wreath shields with fire, and commands warriors to form a defensive circle. The dragon comes at them. Their swords and spears help drive it back. The fight leaves 2 warriors wounded. The glowing warrior, who says he comes from a time after yours, thanks you and offers a boon. An Orlanth warrior, with a sack fighting a giant dragon. I feel like this is familiar. Is this a wind one? Food, horses, magic, prophecy, or a treasure. We spent clan magic on them, he's obligated, and may now repay us with a treasure. Seek a prophecy. Treasure sounds really good, but prophecy is information. I'm going to ask for the prophecy. I got many treasures as is. Normally I am no prophet, but I live in an age after this one when Dragon Pass is being resettled. The warrior consulted with our Lord Keepers. You are not the clan of my ancestors, so I cannot say for sure. But the world will end in maybe a couple generations or so. You will probably be destroyed before then. But if you manage to hold on that long, you might be able to save everything and make a world for my people. I already knew that, though! Our priest said his words would give us a broad advantage if we made it to those final days. He thanked us again for our help, then flew out of the archway and was no longer visible. I should have asked for a treasure after all. And every warrior back. 26 warriors now. Okay. We've scoured for chaos and combat trained. All 26 warriors are back. It's time to remind the people. Leaving 9 at home. And no need to call for any ally this time. Paranoid check on the bitrate, and the bitrate has once again gone to poop. What did I say? And of course I can't rely on the Twitch dashboard to tell me. Twitch dashboard says the bitrate is perfect. But as we can see, that is clearly a lie. Okay, let's see. It's been an hour and 43 of stream. It's probably just gonna be one of those days. Doing this rubber band thing still. Hey, notification. Professional graphic designer, logos, banners, overlays, emote, animations, yada yada yada. Do I look like I could afford an artist? Oh, stabilized again? You better mean it this time, Comcast. I'm not joking. Okay, Fire Flower. Fight. And we keep avoiding the patrols too. 4 swords and 46 bows. And we got no magic. Just get a charge into him. What's the parlay? Do your worst. It is us who'll be looting your bodies at the end of the day. Taunt them back. Perhaps your chief should be leading his warriors instead of using them as shields. This blather must be because he can't afford to offer tribute. You must worry that your gods turn away from you. We know that you will not fight with honor. You are a lackey of chaos. Perhaps your chief should be leading his warriors. They couldn't even think of anything more clever than that. Ooh, mood plus! Oh yeah? Rita laughed, and rode back to our lines to amuse our warriors with the story. Then charge into him. And fight fierce. Didn't even lose a single one. 30 cows, 7 horses. Okay. Then for the last day of the season, we got food still. How many clans are left? Only the one. Varn Rash, which is right next door, and that'll be everyone caravan at least once. Ample goods for some food. So we get full magic. And then raided by fire flowers. Okay. We'll kill off as many as possible again. Oh, the chief was in battle! Hold on. Okay, bitrate's still good. So after we insulted them and said that your chief uses you guys as shields, he's actually shown up himself. Fire Flowers began shifting their forces, stopped to receive our herald. They've agreed to talk to you. Kadrena, the war leader, reminds everyone our forces are stronger than them. We're gonna boast. That's all we'll do. No taunting. We'll just be braggarts. They countered with boasts of their own. After several more rounds of boasting, they broke off parley. We've probably got the better of the exchange, thanks to our many battlefield victories. And charge into them. Charge, fight fierce. I don't know why they even tried. Oh, they actually killed a couple of one farmer and 1 wound. But they keep doing this in the storm season. They keep losing so many of their hands right before the planting time. "17 fewer people, 69 more heads of cattle, 17 more horses, 102 goods profit over the year." And Elmo gave us 5 horses. Sears had a vision of a dead bear. Foragers would find little food this year. Let's get a cut into my supply some. Known for being bullies. Look, it's against the fire flowers, it doesn't count. 8 magic only. Clearly, I don't even need more magic right now. But we should do more exploring all the same. Caravans back from Van Rashi, 19 cows worth of goods for 2 weeks of food. But... hunting party returned empty-handed. 3 plant people had scared away the deer they were stalking. Yeah, but Hothkara, don't forget, we found the dried husks of elves already. And our spirits communed and said that the spirits of the elves are deep beneath the earth under their bodies. Don't touch them. That's just dormancy, that's just a tree that has dropped its leaves, while the internal core waits for the winter to end. This year's crops already failed. It's sea season, we can't fail when we've just started. It's not Sawa's second time, this is literally the first time. An itinerant trader achievement. Caravan to every clan. Sent a caravan to every wheel clan of the valley. Help our trade not just with the charioteers, with all the local clans. And have sent a caravan to every clan in the land, a rare accomplishment. Memory of Izaris we keep alive in our shrine has enhanced our trade. 1 more regular trade route. Clan mood worried. Almost 400 commoners. Could I support another shrine, more importantly? Not enough worshippers for 1 more shrine. Okay. Bad forage omen. Wait, that's what I want. I want the reminder of what I put in sacred time. 1 in exploring. So... we'll do that first. We'll send off a team to poke around more of the land. Urgashan we went to merely to insult them. Excuse me. Poke around the hills. Eight, 7, 8, 7, 7. And didn't get attacked by bandits right outside the gate again. Look at those little boars, they're so cute. A delegation arrives from the Starshine clan to request that you make good of the favor you owe them. Provide them with food. Every time we give more than the customary amount, our people are miserable. We have good relations with the Starshine clan, so we shall give them the customary amount. If my clan wasn't already worried. Okay, so we have 1 team out, 19 warriors at home. And Radalda, Fleet of Fleas. Paired with Rider Virtue should keep him safe. And since foragers aren't going to have much this year, bad foraging omen, food for 1 season only. And then let's go ahead and do some repairs. Core stall. Should it be core stall? It's airing towards combat. And if it's gonna air towards combat, we'll go with the one who is very good. Repairs might take as long as a year if they succeed at all. Battling Chaos 2. Hence, going for the one with the actual combat ability. Okay, 18 warriors available, clans worried. Sounds to me then that we gotta cheer our clan up by constantly leading out a fire flower. Leave some folks at home. Fire flowers are weak, so who cares really about them? For once, the patrols actually spotted us. They got 9 swords. Where'd they find 1 more sword? Karuna have her day, take that as many as she can. And then fight fierce. Fight fierce and press the attack. 17 cows, 18 horses, 5 plunder. That's basically the fillings in their teeth and the aglets on their shoelaces. Hello, cuties. While Jork is exploring the autumn mountains west of Baronstead, white furry snakes approach him. This beautiful mountain, once covered in the finest ice, suitable to the upbringing of our children and easy to slither on, burns with a heat that is not heat, but rather the dissolving corruption of primal chaos. Help us, and gain a blessing as entrancing as possible. If it's primal chaos, it's gotta be Urox. Valind, Orlon's outlaw nephew, to chill the melting waters. Ice recedes everywhere, you must move north. There is a glacier. Call on Urox. Remembering the movements of our bull stompers, Jonric called Urox's attention to the infestation of the mountain. Crevices open in the rock, and dead, bubbling bits of primal chaos dripped out. The temperature dropped, and the ice snake sang Jonric's praises. Our blessing can make your people better at one sort of task, says the grateful snakes. Which do you choose? Bargaining, combat, diplomacy, food, leadership, lore, magic. Leadership is something we're weak on. We have excellent food. We do have Lanker me guys now. Let's be better leaders. It worked just as they said, and mood is up enough to check the mood the next time. An outsider trader offers you the chance to acquire a banner, Bane banner, that is striking rewards against a Fireflower clan. Blunt their swords, tangle their boots. And he wants 25 cows worth of goods. The last time this happened, we said no because of Fireflowers. We're weak little babies, the poorest clan in the entire valley. We can kick their butts so easily. We force them to pay tribute. And then, while they were under our suzerainty, and thus we couldn't touch them with any retaliatory strikes, they started acting against us. In more subversive ways, trying to weaken our reputation. Trying to lead an anti-bandit coalition that we could either join submissively or speak out against. And so now that I know that they are trying to work against us, we will take it, acquire it, and tell the Fire Flowers. Intimations of violence will cut and slice them. Happy to tell them we have the means of crushing them. And of course a diplomat is seeking to terms of improving the relationship. Who will tell them? Our war leader, Karuna herself, will do the telling, but only good diplomacy. Rhaeda has excellent combat, so if they get pissed off and try to retaliate and hit the messenger, she could take care of herself. And we'll send the full gunboat. They say they harbored no plans to attack us, despite having done so every season. Not that our possession of the spanner had anything to do with that. This would be the end of their militation against us. If that's true, then we'll happily attack them every 4 years only to remind people that we aren't weak. Okay, Barry. Help us out here. Brings food in fire, it is fire. And now that it's Earth season, it was going to attack. Reserve mood. Then let's go ahead and establish another trading route. Who to trade with? We got so many routes out here now. Amber, we're dealing with. You know, since we're on better terms with Barn Rosh, we could trade with them. Except they are profaners of the dead. They are the ones who brought all this chaos onto themselves. Hate us but fear us, but at least we ended the feud. Healthy cow secret. We aren't trading with the ones with a healthy cow secret. Jade cult all the way out there. What are you about? Hiring Uroxy warband, 7 stars. Pure horse practices. Okay, let's trade with them. We've already got plenty of ram trades, a wheel trade, some riders. Okay. You watch the sky in horror, as choking clouds form into a dread image, revealing the death of your trickster god Yermal. Harmast? Maybe it's time I took the Yermal worshipper off the ring then. Vakboth the devil has captured him, slitting his throat. He joins Lankar, me, Izaris, Ernalda, Orlanth, and others in the dusty halls of the underworld, lost to you forever. Chaos plays a trick on us, deny it. Yermal plays a trick on Chaos, maybe. I forget how the stories go exactly, but that would be something Yermal would do. Give Harmast your memories of Yermal, to preserve their magic. Remember Yermal as he would have wanted, with a drunken feast. This is absolutely a trick of Akbalf's? I don't know. Yermo was the first to find death, now death has found him. Not all divine deaths are cause for mourning. No, I like Yermo, we could mourn him. Humocht had to take death from him, or he would have ended the world long before Akbalf appeared. You could put his magic in me, but I'd sooner get obliterated. And he's dead alright. Lanker me would know. Remember Yermal as he would have wanted. With a drunken feast. Our food is too slim. We've only got food for one season at the end of the Earth season. That is woof. So neither too much nor too little. A somber affair. The people woke up still sad mood, with a throbbing head. They remembered Yermal with affection, blunting their sense of loss. Late season and still enough stockpile for only one. We had so much. Remember we had like a year's worth of food. Cheese is curdling milk. Barry is giving us some more. Maybe we'll take up the trade wind to get more food if we trade for food. There's no harm in doing a bit of trade before the dark season, yeah? Sell some herds, have enough left to provide extra food. Let's do it. Who's close by? Bar Merning. Where's the ones with the good cow magic? The good cow secret? Healthy cow secret. Goods or herds? We'll do herds. Everyone likes cows. Cows is currency. Currency for food. Do need to feed our people. Food supply is still poor. Number of the clan's leading women come before the ring. Their leader, Kastakara, has a list of complaints. Ever since the shark became chief, our lives have become even more bleak. Our friends the honeymanes now tell jokes about us. The fire flowers send curses to bring bad smells and bother the lambs. At home things are no better. He hesitates when he should act. He gives preference to fire flowers over his own clan. Does he? We've been butchering the fire flowers. The children make fun of a shark when he isn't looking. He is unwilling to try new solutions. The lost regalia won't save us no matter what he says. We need a new chief. People aren't in a good mood. Make dealing with them harder. Unlike the children, I'll make fun of a shark to his face, which looks like a goat's face. Oh my goodness, it kinda does. At least he won our last battle. A shark's luck has not deserted him. Clan members don't hold a shark in the highest esteem. When our rider ancestors of the Golden City, they chose clan chiefs based on merit, not birth. Ram ancestors did the same. This is not just a challenge against me, the challenge against the entire ring. No, I don't know about that. If I take that option, we'll dispute it. Mood plus. A shard calmly addressed each complaint. He exposed each one as an exaggeration or misunderstanding, until even Kastakata reaffirmed her allegiance to a shark as the clan's chosen chief. Back from Jade Cults. Access to more horses was a good thing. Regular trade, small profit. Less than 4 weeks worth of food. In exchange for 50 cattle. But at least we have enough for 2 seasons. Which will last us until the next planting. Then hopefully our foragers would be in a better position. And we got weekly market now. Finally achieved the cherished weekly markets. Hasn't been a weekly market since Boraruf's day. Make a profit of 72 cows worth of goods a year. On top of the 56 cows worth of goods we produce normally. Clan is optimistic. Okay, so it does go. Optimistic, then content, and something better than content. So optimistic, not in the sense that they're doing great, but optimistic in the sense that they aren't being pessimistic only. "25 warriors. Want to save my adventure for the next combat training again. Stockpile for 2 seasons. Cheese is still ongoing. Law still ongoing. Scouring Wind is ongoing. Law still in place. Give the annual check. Leaderships haven't got much better. No change in our Isari's folk, no change in our Humocht folk. No replacement for Rada yet. Excellent lore, 19 years of age. Coral Mouse was begging to be on the ring. We just had to take in some refugees with better stats. Okay. Well, if nothing else, it was too dark to do too much right now. We could do a small search. But not too far to bring back. It's dark, so we'll send them just across the river. Who's a good forager? Emilia, for extra protection. For extra success. Mood plus, thank you, Radalda's blanket. Friends of the chieftain inform him and his ring that Hendel has been agitated against the fire flowers. Well, he's got my support. The people respond to this rabble-rousing with enthusiasm. They're saying Hendel ought to serve on the ring. Perhaps become chieftain someday. But he's Isari's. Isari's belongs in slot number 3. Berenstein relies on his ring to choose its foes. Co-opt Hendel's message. At least a situation, at worst, at least a problem later. We can't win war by fighting short-sighted side battles. Well, we can, they're weak. They aren't wheels, so Hendel is wrong to scapegoat them. When in doubt, don't lumber in. We would need to rebuild our forces, but no we don't. Karena, we have so many good warriors. We have you. Our grievances against the Fireflowers are strong because we invented them with care. Can't allow Hendel to usurp our prerogatives. We're gonna co-opt the message. Nah. Ignore it. Warn against him, warn against him. Ignore it. Warn against him. Co-opt his message. Can't allow Hendel to usurp. Reassert that it's the ring who chooses the foes, not him. People agree that Hendel had overstepped, even if we all agree with him. Okay. Then combat training. Best way to spend these dark winter months. Foragers return for the east, cache of nuts hadn't spoiled, and a nearly ripe berry patch in the winter. And a large mound of insect eggs. I guess we gotta eat what we gotta eat. Half a year stockpile. Okay, that's better. I like the sound of half a year than a season. I can be more comfy with that. Even if half a year isn't really all too much. 387 commoners, population 767. Still not enough worshippers. I think next year we'll do a venture to chase off the bandits. Because I've been getting too many bandits at the start of different explorations. And it has been long enough anyway. "25 swords. Let's go ahead and remind the fire flowers who's boss. Avoided the patrols, only 6 sword and 39. Charge into them, they want a herald? Sure. 21 cows worth of valuables. If I do not attack today, or during the next year. How much tribute do I demand for Comcast to stop conking out? Come on, Comcast, we haven't got all day. The last time it acted like this was what? Back during Tears of the Kingdom? It would have some days where it's good on the bitrate, then really bad on the bitrate, then good on the bitrate, then bad on the bitrate, and it just keeps going over and over and over. And I finished all of my books already. Not all my books, I got other missioners my grandma gave me back before she died when I was a kid. But I've read the good ones already. Where's my other book that I just ordered? The old personal email. Books a million, because I am allergic to Amazon, I say, on a website that Amazon bought out. Oh, it's fixed itself. Never mind then. I'll check on that order tracking later. Okay. It's only valuables though. Enough talk. It's not actual cows. Charge into them. Karena, take out as many as possible. And then press the attack. The good news is we got 0 injuries. 26 cows. 11 horses. Stalwart shield. They've been holding out on me. Goods and food. Hothkata reports that the force of woolly people you adopted let us help spur a burst of beneficial activity. The remembered farming and crafting methods your people had forgotten, and taught them others, eager to fit in with their new kinfolk. They have with surprising ease adopted Barentheli customs and languages. Praise them. They're a feast. Throw a feast without singling them out. I say throw them a feast. We should celebrate them. Riding a horse harder than it looks. We've opened a jar we can't close. Chaos lurks in every pot. People worry when feasts are too lavish. After a few drinks, I tell folks what I truly think of them. Need to adopt more newcomers. We took in newcomers. Some said they would eat up all of our food, now there is more for all. Throw them a feast. Mood down? Ah, the mood soured as the night wore on. People from old bloodlines grumbled it had been long time since feasts were laid for them. They're being too petty. Clan mood still optimistic. Food for 2 seasons only, not 3. So what else can we do? Can we ask Barry again? Sea, fire, earth, not in storm. And we've done our combat training. I'll probably go ahead then and send an exploration team out now. Switch our Rodalda blessings for fleet-hoofedness. And since nobody's going to attack in the planting time anyway, let's go further north towards the glacier and go visit our old kin. That should keep him safe. 6 swords, 15 bows. No longer a boy, King Veneth has impressed the clan nobles with his thoughtful nature and keen appreciation of the difficult choices Baronstead confronts. He seems to be a born leader. Some say he should be elevated to the ring immediately. Harmas volunteers to step down to make room for him. I'm going to be honest. I like Harmast, I like having a Yurmul worshipper on the ring, but Yurmul has died and he's getting old. And all he really brings to the table is good banter, renowned food, and very good magic, which is already being coveted elsewhere. A shart, now we must find the missing regalia. He chafes at his father's impulsiveness. He'll make a fine ring member someday. Elevation